And welcome back to another episode of the Pals Podcast. I'm your co-host, Ricky Liordi. And unfortunately, today we did not have Danny in the studio. Danny is studying for her exams. She's got a crazy December lined up between work, exams, and Danny, we wish you all the best. She had a little bit of a slip up at home, which we'll obviously talk about. And I don't mean slip up metaphorically. I mean a literal slip up where she almost broke her face. I'll let Danny tell that story when she's back on in the new year. But today we had a great episode. We had our pal Michael Chao on. Michael Chao is a pro pickleball player, also the owner of the Northern Lights, the APA Canadian Circuit, and Grandview Pickleball Club up in Newmarket. We chat all things pickleball. So if you like pickleball, this episode's for you. If you don't like pickleball, it's still a fun episode where you get to get an inside or a behind-the-scenes look at pro pickleball in Canada and what it entails and what pickleball is all about, because it's the fastest growing sport in North America. We all obviously know that. But have you ever seen a behind-the-scenes, like kind of long format talk about pickleball? I know George and I have spoken about it on this podcast in the past, but now it's nice to see an outsider coming in. And while he is a rival and a fellow competitor, we are also pals and we are friends off air. So, Chow, love you, buddy. Great job. Great having you. And we will see you next time. And for those listening, if you enjoy this, share this with your friends. Send it to your best pickleball friend. And let's fucking go. All right, we have our biggest guest yet, Michael Chao, owner of the APA Canadian, newly branded the Canadian Circuit, owner of Grandview
Grandview Pickleball Club.
Grandview Pickleball Club, and most importantly, one of the owners of the Northern Lights Pickleball Club or pickleball team.
That's me.
Welcome, Chao. I'm not gonna lie, you're probably one of the guests I'm most excited for because I know we're gonna talk a lot of shit this episode. But before we do, tell everyone how you guys started pickleball, because you're like an OG pickleball guy. You've been around for like almost 10 years.
Yeah, no, I first started pickleball back in 2015.
So it's literally 10 years.
Literally 10 years. It's crazy because I thought about it the other day. I was like, I'm 30 now. I'm thinking, wow, I started pickleball when I was 20 years old. That means I've been playing pickleball for 1/3 of my life.
That's actually wild.
Absolutely. So it's crazy. Actually, the first time I was actually introduced to pickleball was actually back in 2009, because every day after school's over, we'll always go to our local community center. And then before we start playing basketball and all that, we see the local seniors play pickleball. We always wonder what that was.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Were you always good, or did you actually have to train hard to become good?
To become really good, you definitely have to train. You got to drill certain shots. But when I first started playing in 2015 was actually because I had a knee injury from basketball. So I started working at a local community center in Newmarket called the Magnus Center, right? And then at first I wanted to be a gym monitor for basketball, and then they said that spot's taken, so you have to do pickleball. I was like, pickleball? You want me to be involved in pickleball? And then I'm thinking, you know what? I got to pay the bills. So I started doing pickleball. And the first month or two, I was like, this is really boring. I'm not really interested, to be honest with you. And then one of our friends, her name's actually Susan Ross. I coach her son, Colin, in basketball. And I saw her there. And she actually taught me how to play. And ever since that day, I was like, wow, this is actually a really fun sport.
Fuck, that's how you're start. I didn't know you're starting to pickleball. Accidental.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Fuck, man. You know, mine's crazy too. I had that exact same feeling. The first time I ever played was down in Florida where Lane and Frank were like, oh, come play. I'm like, I'm not playing pickleball. Like, I just ran a marathon. I'm not fucking playing pickleball. Like, I'm too athletic. I'm too fucking fit for this shit. And then I got my ass whipped by like an 80-year-old Florida man, and I became hooked, and that was my start.
It's crazy. So actually how I first really got into pickleball was, okay, so when I learned the game, they always asked me to play. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll join them. And I'm always beating up on all these seniors. And then a few months later comes by, we have some tennis guys come in, right? And big shout out to Chris Juve, who I still play with till today. They came in, and I taught them the rules of pickleball. They loved it. And then a month later, when they got really good, they challenged me to a game. So I'm thinking, these old guys want to challenge me to a game. Let's do it. And then I started playing against them, and I absolutely got whooped because they're doing all these shots called a third shot drop, these dinking, and every time I try to speed up the ball, all they do is dodge. I'm like, wow, I'm really losing to these guys, right? So I was absolutely embarrassed. And that night, I went home, YouTube how to play real pickleball, and it showed me, okay, put the ball in the kitchen, and they won't be able to attack certain balls. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
But that's how it goes.
Exactly. Yeah.
I feel like everyone's got a story like that. I'm sure Gio's got a story of how he got into it. Like Andrew, same thing. His parents got Andrew into it. But it's funny how, like, when did you meet like guys like Corey and Rob?
Corey and Rob, those guys actually met
They're like
actually
OGs
after
too,
COVID.
right?
No. I consider it OG in pickleball before COVID.
Actually, yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kalmoto or Ernesto, they're pre-COVID.
Those guys are OGs, right? Anything after COVID, I don't consider OG just because, like,
Clem's OG.
most people, Mark Clemenson's definitely OG as well.
Yeah.
Graham Hillier,
Graham.
right? The Ryan Bowlers of the world, right? So, yeah.
Who's the guy that runs the other big pickleball circuit? Ryan Haynes.
Ryan Haynes, yeah.
He's been around forever, too.
I
think the first tournament I ever played in was a Ryan Haynes
his True North Tour.
Markham.
Yeah, no, he runs really good tournaments, and before COVID, he was one running tournaments. Cam Taylor as well, so
Cam
I
Taylor,
always play in
OG.
those tournaments, right? So
when did you, or when, maybe not when, why did you start the APA? And tell the people who don't know what the APA is.
Yeah, the APA stands for Association of Pickleball Athletes. I first started it back in 2024. But my first ever pickleball tournament I ever ran was actually 2017 in Newmarket at Magna Center.
The fuck?
I know, it's crazy, right? I only had 20 people signed up, only had like a certain amount of divisions, right? And it was a
20
good
people,
time.
you got two divisions. You know what I mean? You got over 3.5 and under 3.5.
Exactly. And I only did one tournament just because I worked at the community center, and the seniors wanted a tournament, so I was like, yeah, let's give it a try. And then at the time, I was really heavily still involved in basketball, so my focus was getting my basketball leagues and the teams I was coaching, focus on that.
Do you still play basketball?
I still play a little bit. I'm looking to get back into it just because, like, it's still a good hobby. It's a good way to stay in shape, so it's good. What
do you like better, pickleball or basketball?
Now I definitely like pickleball more. The community's better, and I breathe pickleball now, right?
Your business, you're so intertwined in pickleball. You own a part of a team, you own a facility, and you have arguably the biggest tour in the country. What's your end goal then?
End goal?
Like in 10 years, where do you see yourself?
That's a very good question. But if I'm going to be real with you, in 10 years, I don't see myself being involved in pickleball no more.
Really? Okay, that's our first hot take of the fucking episode. First hot take, Chao's not going to be involved in pickleball. Okay, so what are you doing in 10 years?
In 10 years, I'll probably...
We're 2035. Yeah, hold the mic closer.
Yeah.
We're 2035. What are you doing? Where do you see yourself? What are you doing?
Definitely don't see myself in the pickleball scene no more. I see myself taking on a new business adventure. But I also own a marketing company called Zeo Advertising and Marketing, where we do event marketing all across the GTA area. So I see myself still working in that space. And other than that, I'm not too sure.
Do you still see yourself in sports? Like you were in basketball first, now you're in... Well, you were a little bit into basketball. Now you're heavy into pickleball.
That's a good question. If I see a new sport that's growing and I want to take part in it, like I tried paddle for a bit. I really liked it at the beginning, but it doesn't have that same love that I had for basketball and pickleball.
Okay, so let me ask you this because we can get some hot takes here too. Where do you think like paddle is going to grow into in North America as opposed to pickleball? So we know pickleball is the fastest growing sport in North America, but paddle in Europe is the fastest growing sport, right? So where do you see paddle evolving in the North American market?
I definitely do see paddle growing because recently there was a facility in Oakville that opened up called Court X, and they have over 10 paddle courts, and they're one of the biggest in the country. I do think it's going to keep growing, but it'll never grow at the same rate as pickleball just because it takes up so much more space, and the community in pickleball just much bigger and easier to learn and easier to play.
I 100% agree with you. I think paddle is going to grow, and I think the reason it grew in Europe so much is because Europe as a continent is just so much more fit than North America. Like you can't have, and I mean this nicely, like the Ryan Hayneses of the world playing paddle.
Right.
Like it's so much more of a physically demanding sport. Whereas like Ryan Haynes is a fucking sick pickleball player. Like
100%.
You know what I mean? And if you looked at him, you wouldn't think he would be a fucking sick pickleball player, but he dominates.
Right. 100%.
Right. So like, people like my mom and dad who, aren't the most athletic people and they're, on north side of 50, they can still play pickleball and have like good, exciting matches.
Right.
Whereas in paddle, it would be so hard.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be as exciting.
You'd be surprised like someone like Corey Osborne is really good at pickleball,
Yeah.
and he's actually really good at paddle as well. So,
But you know what, Corey? I've said this to him. Corey, if you're listening, we love you, buddy. I would love to see what Corey would have been like at pickleball when he was our age. If he was like 30.
probably still as trash as he is now.
No, I think legit. I think he'd be one of the best players in the country if he was 30.
No, I can see it.
You know, if he started this
definitely.
early instead of racquetball or something, or if pickleball was the racquetball back then, because his hands are great. And for a little bit of a heavier guy, he moves so well.
Oh, it's absolutely insane.
Like, Corey, if you're watching this, I love you, buddy. Like, you're one of my favorite players in the league, too. I speak more highly about you than this fucking guy does.
Yeah, 100%.
Actually, no, Chao, who's your favorite in Canada? Who's your favorite pickleball player?
Who's my favorite pickleball player?
In Canada.
That's
Can't say yourself.
That's a very good question. One of the favorite guys I always love watching. I grew up watching him since he was a kid. Louis Charles from Montreal.
You forget how young he still is.
It's crazy.
I always thought he was like 27, 28. No, he's like 22, 23.
It's crazy. He's one of my favorite players to watch. The things he can do on the court. I try to copy some of his tricks and all that. So I'll probably go with LC for sure. Shout out Montreal Lions.
Shout out Louis Charles. Back-to-back champs. Louis Charles. He cleans up at your tournaments too. I feel like every tournament he plays in, like he won the Triple Crown in the Ottawa.
In Ottawa, he won singles, men's, and mixed. So that was that was one of actually our bigger tournaments.
Yeah, you had 400 people or something.
Yeah, we had 500 players in the pro division, one of the most stacked pools we had. So for him to get a Triple Crown, it's pretty incredible for sure.
So if you're not going to be doing pickleball in 10 years, let's start with APA. Where do you see the APA growing to in let's say 5 years? Do you think you're still going to run it, or are you going to kind of grow it, sell it? What's your long-term strategy with APA?
That's a good question. APA is definitely going to be running for 100%. It's going to keep growing until the end of times. And then I have an assistant named Tiffany Au that works for me.
Shout out Tiff.
Yes.
We love Tiff.
I can definitely see Tiffany taking over the operations and being the CEO of it and all while I walk away from it.
Yeah.
So
that's good. That's nice. That's nice that you're aware enough, because Tiff does a great job running. So I feel like Tiff works more of those events than you actually do. Like you're the face behind it, but
exactly.
Every time I see her there 24/7, just clocking in hours. So
for
Tiff,
sure, she works hard. So that's why she's part of our board of directors. She's our chief chief marketing officer. Yeah, that's
CMO.
what
CMO.
So
how'd you start the APA?
Did
you just like fall into it, or?
So I ran my first tournament in 2017. It
yeah,
was fun.
Markville, 20 people.
Yeah, back in Newmarket at the Magnet Center. And at that time, I was like, I'm not sure I'm going to keep growing it. Like, it was fun. Right, we only had 20 people. And then it was actually during COVID where I was actually not making any money. I had to work at Real Canadian Superstore bagging groceries and all that. And during that time in COVID was a tough time for me. So that's when I put all my mind to it, and I'm like, you know what am I going to do after COVID, right? What's going to explode? And I'm thinking, you know what? Pickleball tournaments might be the future, right? So I saw that in that market. And then when COVID finished, I ran my first tournament in 2021. The tournament was called the Royal Cup. And how
the Royal Cup or the World Cup?
The Royal Cup.
Royal Cup.
And then all my tournaments, my formats and everything I did was just all on pieces of paper, cardboard, and we had over 100 people signed up. And yeah, it was really fun. And then I kept doing that in 2022. And then my first indoor tournament after COVID was actually at High Sports. Shout out to Alex.
Another OG pickleball guy.
100%. He's definitely an OG guy. So I started running tournaments there, and that's when I'm like, you know what? In 2024, I got to have a circuit.
You run arguably the tightest ship when it comes to pickleball tournament. Like, I don't enter a lot of tournaments anymore because, one, you don't get the schedule till the Monday of, and then if you play on Thursday, what if you play at noon and it's a 4 hours to play 4 matches? You're like, fuck this, or 4 games. Sorry. Yours, if you're playing 3 games, you're gone in 2 hours unless you make the medal round, which then you don't mind staying. But you run a tight fucking ship, and that's why I think so many people play your tournaments because they know exactly what to expect.
Definitely. So actually, so when I ran my first tournament in 2017 and in 2021, my tournaments weren't perfect. So, and one of the biggest things in tournaments that people complain about is the wait times being too long, kind of thing. And I decided, you know what? Me and my team, we made an algorithm for the pickleball schedule that really works to our favor now. So, yeah, no one really knows about our algorithm. It'll die with me for sure, 100%.
All right, pickleball. Hot take number 2. No, but Chao, you run a tight ship. I think you have it down to a science in terms of maybe it's your algorithm or how many players you got, how many courts you got, and like again, I've never waited more than 30 minutes between games at one of your tournaments. Like
Yeah,
No.
one of our bigger complaints these days at our tournaments are that our tournaments are going too fast. People's like, oh, we need more of a break in between games, Michael. This is going too
fuck
fast. I'm
that.
like,
No,
shoot,
no.
okay, maybe I'll delay it a little
Well,
bit.
how do you handle that then? If you get like, I'm assuming you don't get much negative feedback because a lot of people keep playing your tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
But have you ever had negative feedback, and how'd you handle it?
Oh yeah, we definitely had negative
Really?
feedback because like there'll be times
Like,
where
what's your negative feedback though?
like the thing is, so our past like 3-4 tournaments, each tournament we actually had a court that weren't able to be used for a few hours because like of rain or it's too slippery. So
Yeah.
we had to work around the schedule, and we had to tell people, hey guys, we're behind one court, but we'll do the best we can to keep the schedule on track, right? And then just gotta be patient, kind of thing, right? And then if my tournaments ultimately the wait time are way too long, and even I think it's too long, I'll just offer them a refund, right?
Yeah.
Just gotta do what they gotta do.
Again, I've played probably 4 of your tournaments, maybe 5 of your tournaments in the last year and a half, and I don't think I've ever been there more than 3 hours. Even the tournaments I've medaled at, and that's what you want. You want, like, again, as much as we all love sitting around making friends in the pickleball community, I don't want to spend 6 hours at a venue to play one fucking event.
Definitely, unless you're the pro division. 'Cause
Yeah.
Pro division, for some reason, they love the double elimination format, and that takes forever. And I offered to do a round robin for them, but they're like, no, we want the double elimination. I'm like,
Actually, you know what's fun? One negative thing I hear about your tournaments, you don't have enough pro women singles.
right.
That's the only thing I ever hear.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's funny because like I actually have a lot of women's singles players asking me, hey, Mike, why don't you ever have a women's singles division? I want to play. Well, you girls need to take an initiative. So if one person signs up, someone else will see, and it will grow and grow, right? We want a women's singles pro division next year, and we want more women's pro doubles team, right? We love watching you guys play. You guys are great players, and the Canada scene for women is just growing bigger and bigger,
100%.
right?
So. What's your favorite? Fuck, this would have been fun to get Gio mic'd up too. What's your favorite?
Get them mic'd up.
Yeah. What's your favorite division to watch, or your favorite event to watch out of the 6, or I guess 5?
My favorite division to watch.
So men's singles, women's singles, men's doubles, women's doubles, mixed doubles.
I guess my favorite division to watch would be mixed because you just get the best of both worlds. You get the women's playing, you get the men's playing, you get the top players, both of them playing. So I guess mixed for sure.
See, there's something about women's I just love watching. Like men, I just think all the men are so powerful, especially at the pro level, that if the ball's in the air, it's done. The game, the point's over.
Right.
Whereas like women's, it's like not necessarily. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're like, oh, the ball's in there. Okay, like the Jadas and the Ann Sophs, they're gonna put it away. But, like, sometimes the ball's in there and you got some of these other women where it's like, okay, it's not a guaranteed point over, right?
No, 100% not. But I love watching mixed just because, like, there's so much bickering on the core of the partners fighting each other and just
I like the spacing
arguing.
depending on how players play.
Exactly. Some players will let the partner take more and some doesn't like that. So I love it.
What was your favorite to play?
My favorite to play? My favorite to play is definitely men's doubles. For sure, yeah.
Are you a right side player or left side player?
To be honest with you, I'm a both sided player. So whatever, like,
Chao's just so good.
Whatever the player needs, kind of thing. I feed off my partner. If he needs to play on the left, he plays on the left. He needs to play on the right, I'll play on the right. He'll play on the right, kind of thing. If you need me to soften in my game, I'll soften my game. Whatever it takes to win, kind of thing. Right? So.
And who is your favorite player to play with?
My favorite player to play with? Oh my God, there's so many. One of my favorite was actually Sneha Iyer. She was actually one of my last mixed pro partners, and playing with her was great. So
she's solid. She's solid.
Yeah.
Let's jump into. We'll get back to the APA after, but let's jump into the Northern Lights CNPL.
I love it.
So obviously you were one of the new GMs last year. You guys had a 3rd place finish, solid finish. You did a great job. You were one of the hottest and coldest teams of the year.
I definitely agree with you on that.
Okay, so run us through how you picked your team, because you had some great players on your team. You had some good picks. And then give us the highs and lows of the season, because obviously, there were some events I think you went undefeated, and in other events you didn't win a single fucking match.
Yeah, no. So when I was first approached doing a CNPL and owning a team, I wasn't really too interested. I've been asked by multiple people. I just wasn't sure what was there. Like, I'm like, how am I gonna make money off this? Am I actually gonna have a good time? Is it too political and all that? And then after the first few times, I came back with a good offer. I was like, you know what? CNPL is the pro league in Canada and what we have, and we need to make it grow. I was like, you know what? Let's give it a try. And then when I first accepted, and while doing this, I was kind of regretting it a little bit, 100%.
Why?
Just because it's just so political, right? It is really political. And then A lot of people I didn't know how many people really want to be part of the CNPL, right? So after I took the GM job and the ownership, right, and coach, I had a lot of people reach out to me and wanted to play on my team, and it was so hard to draft because like I have so many friends that want to play in the league, so many great players, right? So it was a tough.
Oh, and again, also running your circuit. There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people that support your circuit
For
and
sure.
do very well in your circuit, right? So it's kind of like, okay, well, he owns a team and I play in all his tournaments and I'm winning a lot of his tournaments. How do you not draft someone like that?
Exactly, right?
You know?
And the talent in Canada just keeps growing and growing because like every time I go to like facilities, there's always new players I'm looking at like, wow,
Where'd you come
who
from?
the hell are these guys, right?
Yeah.
So it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
So
Take us through the highs and the lows of the regular season. Obviously, I think the regular season you finished 5th or 6th.
yeah, we finished 6th.
But you guys, again, the highs and lows, undefeated tournaments, winless tournaments.
Yeah, so our first tournament was in London, right? We had a pretty decent start.
Yeah, I think so.
We finished off 2-4, and
You beat us.
vibes. Yeah, we beat you guys,
You
but
guys
you guys
beat
also
us.
beat us.
Yeah.
The vibes were really good, right? And I like how our team was going, right? And then for me, I was a rookie coach, right? So there's a lot of things for me to learn and things I could have done better. If I had known certain things before, I think we probably could have done better that first event.
Like what?
Like how the lineups officially work, how the coin toss work, and what's more important, playing your best team mix 1 first or your best team mix 2 first, right? So that was a really big part that now I know, so get better. And then we went to BC, Vancouver at Burnaby at IPOP for that event. Our expectation was to come first and just dominate, and the complete opposite happened, right?
You guys had a tough week.
A very tough week, right? A big part of that's due to me, kind of thing, being an owner and coach, right? Because I told certain players that we're gonna do this and that, and I couldn't live up to that expectation and do it, kind of thing. So that's on me for sure. And then
What do you sorry to interrupt? What do you think specifically was about, like, because as owners and coaches, GMs, whatever the fuck we are, there's so much we can do, but there's also a lot that's not in our hands at all. So the fact that you're taking responsibility, I respect that. That it takes balls to do that. But what do you think specifically about what you did?
Yeah, because I actually wanted to fly out my players and take them all out early, kind of thing, and then without doing any research, because I actually never been to BC before, and I didn't know how expensive it is out there, kind of thing, right? After I saw how expensive it was tough for me to bring them out a little earlier to do this and that. So I definitely made a mistake on that I'll definitely not make again. And then controlling certain personalities on team, right? That's really important, right? As an owner, okay, what's going to work best, kind of thing, right? Okay, does this person want to hang out with us before the game or after? So those are things I looked into, kind of thing. And for that event, we didn't do too good. But
it's hard because, again, as owners and managers and whatever, it's our responsibility to build culture. It's our responsibility to make sure the players have everything they need to that they can go in there they can go out there and do their jobs. And obviously it's hard. Like, people think like, oh, you stand on the bench and it's easy. It's like, man, it's not. It is. There is stressful things, and even myself, I've been doing this. This was my 3rd full season. There's still things I wish I would have done better this year, and like setting expectations for players. And people are taking time off work to train and to give it their all and to fly out to different cities early and this and that. And it's tough because part of you wants to be fair and do the right thing to people, but then part of you has a responsibility as an owner, as a manager, to do what's best for the team on the court. So there's 2 separate ways that look at it. It's like, it's your job as the manager to do what's best for those 6 players overall. Whatever's the best for the majority of them, not for any one individual player.
110%.
And it's so tough. It's tough. Like, I was like, look, I had a shitty situation this year with one of my players, and like I beat myself up for it all day because I didn't handle it the way I could have and I should have. Right? And it's something that we learn. And I'm sure in 3 years we're gonna be sitting down here having the same conversation, and we're gonna continue saying how we're learning other things. And maybe it's not managing people and personalities, but maybe it's learning to manage, I don't know, expectations differently, or learning to manage our budgets and forecasting better, or whatever next season's challenges will bring.
110%. Couldn't agree more.
So how'd you go from going winless in Vancouver or having a stinker in Vancouver to winning the Oakville, the Metropolitan split? You guys were lights out.
Yeah, so after our Vancouver event, it was a really stressful time for me, for sure, because all I'm thinking is I'm blowing up this team. I can't believe how bad we did. Can't believe how bad of a job I did. I just needed a week to recuperate, to talk to the other owners on our team, Jason White. Right, shout out to Jason. And then after that, calm down a little bit, and then had a talk with my top players, right? And then talk to them, and then you know what? Before the Oakville event, the Metro split, I laid out certain ground rules, what's going to happen going forward, and that's what I should have done from the beginning of the season, right? Like instead of letting my players have too much power and control, I have to remember, you know what? This is my team.
Your team. You're in charge.
I'm the coach. I'm the manager. This is what's going to go down. And after I laid out those certain rules and the players followed it, that's when we got really hot.
Yeah.
Right.
And it helps that you have, like, Joel Peltier is, in my opinion, one of the top Canadian men.
100%.
Like, Joel, if you're watching this, buddy, you know how I feel about you.
That's my guy.
I think he's a fucking dog.
Mm-hmm.
He's someone that if I'm going to war and I'm going to the trenches, I got no problem going in the trenches with that fucking dude.
110%. So
and one of the nicest guys too.
Oh,
Your two men were both Lucas Wong. And
Lucas
I
was
don't know
amazing.
Lucas as well as I know Joel,
Right.
obviously, but Joel, I'll never forget this story, and I don't even know if he'll remember this. In year one, we're playing them in the playoffs, and he's got the fake teeth, right?
I did not know
So
that.
he's got fake teeth.
I didn't
So
think-
and he's a hockey player. He's one of the boys, right? So at one point, he wasn't wearing his teeth during the game. And I look at my, hey, Joel, look down. You forgot your teeth. He looks up and kind of smirks at me. And the ref gives me a warning. Hey, none of that. Stay quiet on the bench. I'm like, oh, shit, right? And me and Joel weren't friends like we are now.
Right.
So after him, I go, yo, my bad, man. I didn't want you to think I'm being disrespectful. I was just cracking jokes. Like, bro, I played hockey my whole life. You think that affects me? He's like, bro, come at me. He fires me up. Makes me want to beat you even more. I'm like, this motherfucker. And Joel is one of the only guys in this league, and I could say that has our number. Like Ernesto and Louis Charles a little bit have our number.
Right.
But since year one, Joel's had our number.
Mm-hmm.
And we were fortunate enough to take them down in the finals in year one. But Joel's always had him and Kawamoto have had some good battles, and he's come out on top many times.
100%. Like I even told Joel, if there was one person I would take to me at a bar fight, it's you 100%.
Yeah.
It's
And
not
he's like one of the
cool.
nicest guys ever too.
Oh,
That's not even a hot
100%.
take. That is just probably in this league, as I would agree with that too.
Yeah.
But because he's like a fucking, a bee. Like you're not worried when he floats around, he's good. He's like pollinating the flowers and he's doing great things out there. But when he gets mad and he pulls out that stinger, I'm like, oh fuck no, I'm staying out of the way. Because he's a dog on the court too, man.
Like when I drafted him, I didn't even have a meeting with him because he was actually not even on my radar just because he wasn't from the Toronto area. And I thought for sure he was gonna be picked up the first 2 or 3 picks. And when I saw him available as my second pick, and the great things I heard around the league about him as a person and a player, I was like,
yeah,
it's a no-brainer.
Well, I remember calling him because me and him obviously spoke, and he was a huge target for us as well.
Mm-hmm.
And we were picking, I think, 8th overall. And I remember calling because I think I heard you were going to draft him or another team was going to draft him. So I remember calling him. I'm like, hey, Joel, I just want to let's jump on a call. So we jump on a call. I'm like, Joel, I just want to tell you, I got good news and bad news. He's like, okay, what's up? I'm like, the great news is you're going to be a pretty high pick,
Right.
top 7 probably.
Mm-hmm.
Bad news is it won't be to United.
Right.
Like you're going to get swallowed up. I'm like, if you're available at 8, I will probably be jumping on you.
Right.
But, everything worked out. You guys had, again, 3rd place for a first time running the
Mm-hmm.
league is obviously great. We had a 2nd place, so obviously we had a great season too. But, yeah, it's those characters that make this sport. Like, again, salt of the earth, great guy.
100%.
Joel, love
I
you.
absolutely love my team in 2025. It's going to be one of the greatest memories I've ever had in pickleball. It's actually one of the best times I've ever had in pickleball, right? Like
Never mind
team,
pickleball. Only I say this. For anyone listening, pickleball makes $0. Okay, Chao's APA makes money. That for sure is
a little bit.
It's a very profitable business. He's fucking staying humble right now. That makes good money. The league as a whole does not make much money here. Like Toronto United is probably the team that generates the most amount of sponsorships, and we operated at a loss this year. So there's very little / no money to be made in professional pickleball currently. Down the road, there will be money, TV rights, bigger sponsorship deals, and yada yada. But it is a very tough market to work in. So that being said, it is arguably one of the most fun fucking things I do in my life.
Oh, 100%.
Like owning a professional sports team, although it's even just pickleball and it's such a small league in the big picture, is so much fucking fun.
Really fun.
It's like playing
stressful but fun.
Stressful. There are some days like, bro, like I would love to see my heart rate during these games. Like, and again, I'm not even on the court
100%.
doing it. My heart rate's fucking
Like our game, the finals against you guys, which we should have won. Oh, my heart was racing that last point when Joel was just going at it against, I think it was Jordy and Matt. And we were just that one. We were a Joel Peltier put away from making the finals.
Well, no, you're a Joel Peltier overhand away from making it to a dream breaker to lose to us in a Dream Breaker.
But in the Dream Breaker,
Call a spade, buddy. Our team
it was
respectfully
crazy. So
would have wiped the floor with you guys.
Before the playoffs, we went actually 0-5, right? I'm like, wow, we're the worst singles team ever.
And we did. What did we go 5-1 in Dream Breakers?
Yeah, you're right. But come playoff time, we had our first Dream Breaker in the playoffs against London Smash, against one of the better Dream Breaker teams, and we took them down. And I'm like, what a perfect time to start winning in Dream Breakers. And then we actually had a really good lineup set up for you guys in a Dream Breaker single. We were prepared for that, and then ultimately it never got to happen. So
yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah,
it's a tough one. No, it was fun, Chao. And I told you this after the first event. I thought you did a great job at the first event. I thought you carried yourself very well. I thought you handled yourself very professionally, which I generally like, especially because you're a new owner and you're one of the younger owners in the league. Call a spade a spade. I think.
Right.
No, you actually might be the youngest owner in the league.
Maybe, yeah.
So I thought you did a great job. You handled yourself well, and I'm not just saying that because you're on the camera. I told you that privately, and me and you, we bicker and we have our differences and we talk shit to each other. But I think you're doing a great job. I think I'm glad
learning from you.
Yeah, I think I'm glad you took responsibility for Vancouver, because with the team you have, there's no way you should have gone that way.
No,
so I'm not saying it's your fault. I wasn't there and I don't know the insides.
100%
but I'm glad you took responsibility, because with your team, there's no way you should have had that record. If my team ever goes 0-4 in a weekend, yeah, you can point the fingers at me because I'm doing something wrong.
110%.
But yeah, you guys caught fire at the end, and again, a third place finish for a new owner in the league as tough as it is now is a fucking remarkable achievement.
100%.
And I hope you know that too.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, like our team was built exactly the way I wanted, right? Like from the first pick to a sixth pick, exactly what we wanted. Like I still think we have the best men's duo in the league. Lucas and Joel, they complement each other so well on the court, right?
It's debatable, but yeah, like again, the top 4 men's pairs in the league were just
right.
like Louis Charles and Ernesto. Call spade a spade. Those guys are fucking lights out.
They're two of the top players in the league, but not the top men's team in the league. There's a difference.
So another hot take. Why. Hot take number 3 of the episode. Gio, we need a hot take counter on the bottom.
So we beat the Montreal men's team every single time we played them. We had the strongest team.
What did you play twice, 3 times?
Was it twice? 3 times. 3 times. So
yeah, those men are still great though.
They're great players.
Even as a men's pair
in the league.
Yeah, right? They knew they could win. Okay, let's looking forward into 2026 now. Knowing what you know now about the league and how everything runs, and obviously you're not a rookie GM anymore. How do you think that's going to change your approach into 2026, and what do you plan on doing differently to go from a third place to a second or a first place team?
For sure. So the biggest thing I learned in the league, because when I first wanted to make a team, I was thinking, as much as I wanted to win at the beginning, I was thinking at the same time I wanted to be a fun team as well, right? Yep. And I'm thinking, you know what? I want all my guys from Ontario. I want all my guys from the Toronto area to practice together. But that's actually not what I want no more. Now, it doesn't matter where you're from, right? I want to build a winning team, a good culture team. So if you're from far away, I'm so interested in drafting you kind of thing. So if my 6 players aren't from Ontario, it doesn't really matter to me. So be it.
So be it.
Exactly. I'll pay for the travels, things like that. So that's the biggest thing I learned. I'm not focused on, this person has to be from Toronto. No, I'm not about that at all. I'm focused on the best fit for our team. But it happens that Joelle Pelletier is from Alberta, and our star girl, Danielle Bosch, shout out Danielle. She's going to be a top female in the league coming up. I guarantee it. She's from the Brantford area. So
I don't think she gets enough credit.
No, not at all.
She's a fucking athlete. She is an athlete. And I think just because your men were so... Your men were the focal point of your team, that I think she got overlooked a little bit, because she is a stud.
No,
she's an athlete.
She's a goddamn boss. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, she's an athlete.
Division 1 volleyball player, and she's an absolute dog. I'm telling you. Right. That's one of the reasons why I brought her back, right? Because sometimes in the CNPL, I kind of think that we're sometimes too nice to each other, right? On the players, off the court, things like that. But when it came to game time, Danielle Boss like, guys, don't forget. As much as I love all these people in the league, when it's game time, fuck everyone else. You guys are my teammates. When she said that to me, I'm like, let's go. I love that more. That's more than
fuck yeah.
Yes.
No, I love that. What's your strat? So, and for those of you who don't know, so the Northern Lights had the 3rd overall pick. They traded down to 7, but then moved up a few picks, or probably like 5 picks later on in the 4th and the 5th round as well. So what's the idea behind trading down? Because trading down is always an interesting thing, because the top 5 picks are always so valuable. Top 3 are even more valuable. And you traded down. What was the strategy behind that?
Well, for us, our 5 and 6, we were pretty low picks because we finished really high at the finals, right? So we needed higher picks. My 5th and 6th picks are very important to me for our team culture and all that.
Oh, for team culture. Okay.
Team culture.
Cool.
And like I said, spots are open, right? And anything can happen during the season where, you know what, an injury happens, that 5th and 6th player, I need them to play, right? I need them to finish it off the season, right? So that's why I wanted a higher picks there. And with the rule that you can only have 8 Americans in the league, 1 per team, international players.
1 international player.
I know there's going to be enough international players where they're not going to be taken, so I might be able to slide in and take them later kind of thing, right? So I did the math on it a bit, but Brandon, you kind of screwed me over a bit doing that trade with Ricky, so we'll see though.
So he traded down from 3 to 7, and then I traded up from 10 to 3. I own what is originally... Toronto United owns what is originally the Northern Lights 3rd overall pick. And the way the picks work, for those of you at home listening, each player you re-sign or sign in free agency loses a pick. You have to re-sign a minimum of 1 player, and you can re-sign or sign in free agency a maximum of 3 players. So going into the draft, you can have as little as 1, as maximum as 3. Every team except 3 teams kept 3 players, and then 3 teams kept 2 players. So the Northern Lights were the top team of the 3 that only kept 2 players, so he had the 3rd overall pick. When I saw that trade, I found it very interesting because now could have got you one of arguably the best American or international men or international women, now you don't necessarily guarantee that anymore. Mm-hmm. You're still going to get a very solid international player, but you might not get one of those upper echelon ones. That's why I thought it was a little interesting. I get it. You moved up later on, and if you think it's a deep draft, which obviously it is, again, with all these international players coming in and new talent, we've got Maria Klukowski coming into the league this year. That's a top talent. You've got a Louise Wong is another top female coming into the league. That players that weren't in. You have Lauren Dam from the States who's coming in. You've got all these other. We've got Kelsey. We've got Abika.
Who's that?
She's another international woman that's really solid. We've got all these international. Ariana. No, but there's another one too. I forget her name. Anyways, we got, you got a dozen or so top international players coming into the league. So I get it. You can still grab one later on. It's just moving from 3 is an interesting spot.
Definitely. But I also think because the Northern Lights are holding a CNPL draft qualifier.
Yeah, tell us about that because I'm curious to know what the fuck you're doing with that. You're doing a combine tournament. What is it?
Yeah. So
do I gotta send Gio to go watch?
This one's not an MILP event. This is a draft combine like they did the first 2 years, and I wanted this format specifically because I know how a player plays with their friends when they bring a team in. I know their chemistry with that. For me as a player, I want to be able to see for example, Lucas Wong. I want to see how Lucas Wong plays with this player. I want to see how Lucas Wong plays with that player and how he plays with a stronger player, how he plays with a weaker player, and how his attitude becomes kind of thing, right? So we want not just talented players, but we want people that can connect with other players even when they're not the greatest out there.
Are you holding a skills competition? Are you going to do drills and shit?
We're thinking of doing drills. We might not do that. We might just do a straight up just a round robin where we'll do men's games, women's games, mixed games, and some singles games as well.
Okay.
And it'll be a photo shoot and all that stuff. So we're gonna have interviews with all the players, most of the players anyways, and we want to give everyone a shot in Canada or outside of Canada for a chance to make it in the CNPL.
Okay. How many players are you expecting?
Honestly, we're full right now. We have a wait list, so there's a good chance.
Fuck, you're full.
We're completely full.
30 people, 50 people? I don't know.
We're at 50 something right now, so I think
solid.
I think I'm gonna open up into 2 sessions, just give more players a chance out there for sure. So,
awesome.
Yeah, we're excited.
Okay, so let's talk draft strategy now. This is where it gets exciting because now I know you got some hot takes here. So I've got the 3rd pick.
Who do you want?
I'm going woman for sure. I'm going woman. I've got 3, and I've told you off air who my.
Why don't you tell me now?
Sure. So I'm not hiding it. It's fairly public knowledge. I'm gonna get one of the 3 of them almost guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in a.
Well, you are guaranteed to if you want.
Yeah, I'm guaranteed to have one of the 3. So I'm in a very fortunate position that we're gonna grab one of these, right? So it's gonna be a very exciting draft, I think. I've made it very clear too that my 5th and 6th players are going to be very for the benefit of the team, and I want people with good attitudes, and these people aren't going to be playing as much unless something happens, or let's say they catch fire and they heat up and they earn their spot.
Right.
My 5th and 6th players are going to be people who are good for the organization, good for the bench, but also when they jump in and they get their turn, they're ready and excited to play. I want people that are going to bring big energy, big smiles, good attitudes, and people who are also friendly and good on camera too, because we have Beyond the Kitchen, and that's a big part of our
100%
of our season next year. So that's what our strategy is. What's yours?
Our strategy,
honestly, I was just thinking we should probably bleep out some of those names just in case, just in case the Owls and the Pronghorns listen.
So for us, like you said, we're a monopoly, because like I'm not set on any picks right now. Just because
what the fuck does "we're a monopoly" mean?
Meaning that anyone could be picked. If I say someone now, it might not even happen, kind of thing. Because like the reason why I want to hold my draft combine to one of the last days possible is because it gives them a chance to train following up just before the draft. So I'm going to know what? This person could be ready by May.
Do you think the extra 4 weeks you're giving people is going to make a huge difference?
120%. Like, look at that. What's that girl?
Fucking hot take.
What's
right
the girl
here,
name on Detroit? What's that American girl's name in Detroit?
Stevie Petropoulos.
Yeah. So one of the reasons why we lost to Montreal Lions, I actually had a really good game plan against them. What I didn't know is she grew a foot over the past 2 months, and she hit puberty, and all of a sudden, my strategy changed.
And her forehand was crazy too.
I was not.
Yeah.
I was not expecting her to turn to
Shout out Stevie, man.
over the summer that fast. So I was like, okay, so that's why. And
So-
Jada
so-
Buey as well. I wasn't.
Ja-
I knew she was gonna be good.
Jada
but
was lights out,
yeah.
100%.
No,
Jada, we love you.
Yeah.
Jada,
You should have been on my team, by the way.
hot take number 5.
Yeah.
Jada and Max figured it out together, and they were lights out. I think out of the 10 or 11 matches they played between the 12 matches they played between Oakville and London, they lost maybe 1 or 2.
Right.
They were lights out at the end, and they had beaten some really strong teams as well. I get what you're saying with the Stevie Petropoulos of the world and the Jada Buoys of the world and the people who are just picking up. I don't think your 4 weeks now is going to make any difference.
100%. It's going to make a big difference. It's not just the 4 weeks. It's also the players that are able to come in January that couldn't come in December.
Okay. There
one.
we go. I agree with that. I think that's a very valid point because, Christmas time, whatever. And I do think that we should have more qualifiers in November and more combines in November and stuff.
But we need more of that with owners there, right? That's what brings the players out. Players don't want to do it unless owners are there watching them. That's why I wanted to set this up.
100%. You didn't ask me if I was available for it, but
I did.
You did, and I told you no, but this was after you already put our name on it. Toronto United. I'm like, I'm in Australia there, buddy.
You guys scout there.
We're gonna send Gio. Maybe we send you. Maybe you're our scout.
You sent that random guy the first year, so
yeah, we did send a random guy the first year. Did you ever hear the story? So first, listen to this one, Gio.
And I actually had an interview with him too.
Gio, I don't know if I ever told you the story. So in year 1, during the qualifiers, each team had to have a representative at a qualifier. So there was no Toronto qualifier. It was Ottawa, and there was one in Western Canada.
Yeah.
And if you didn't go, you got fined, right? That was the idea, right? $250 or something, or $300. So me and George had had George's cousin's wedding, one of our other literally best friends. Mm-hmm. We're in the wedding party. So there's no getting out of this. Like, we're in the fucking wedding party. So I'm like, fuck, what am I going to do? I'm like, I call Mike, and this is before me and Mike are actually friends. He's like, no, you have to send someone. Those are the rules. Like, you can't set a bad precedence. I'm like, okay. So I called everybody I know from Ottawa. Nobody's available. So I literally posted on Instagram, like, does anybody know anybody in Ottawa that knows anything about pickleball? So some guy messaged me. He's like, yo, like, I know pickleball, but I can't go. And I'm like, fuck. He's like, my boy can go. I'm like, okay, cool. He said that. I just assumed he knew pickleball because it was his boy and he recommended his boy. No, this was like a random dude that didn't know anything about pickleball. So he's like, and then I sent them questions to ask people, and I got the answers back, and I was like, bro, what the fuck?
Dude.
These are terrible. This is terrible. But anyways, it worked out for us. We drafted a fucking winning team. Matt Kawamoto in the 3rd fucking round has got to be the steal of the CNPL history.
I can agree with you on that for sure. Yeah. He should have been way higher. 100%.
Yeah. So it was. We got very lucky that year. Anyways, but I get with what you're saying. The combines I do think are important, and I do think even next year Toronto United will probably host their own mini combine or mini tryout or something because one, I think it's good to build the brand. It's good for the community. It's good to be inviting these players in for these events and doing stuff like that.
110%.
So I think it's a very fun and exciting thing as well.
100%.
I do think. So what are you looking forward to most about next year?
What am I looking for? Honestly, we want to win the title.
You sure?
That's what me.
You didn't sound so confident.
Me, Danielle, and Joel talked about it. We want to win a title in 2026.
How do you think you win a title in 2026? How do you sit across from me and say, I'm going to beat you next year? Like, what's the strategy? What's the game plan?
Well,
I'm taking notes, by the way.
that's a great question. Starting off with, the re-signing process was really hard, right? Because one of my best friends was on the team, right? His name's Grant Hillier. So obviously having to not
Shout out
take him,
Graham.
obviously not being able to take him back really hurts because he's one of my best buddies, and I definitely still think he is still one of the most underrated players in the league. It's
Fair
not
enough.
even close, right? And then me and Lucas Wong, me and him became great friends, and he's one of the top players in the league.
Yep.
He
Got picked up by the Pronghorns.
Yeah, the Metro split. He was the Metro split in Oakville, right? He absolutely killed it. He was number 1, right? And I really wanted him back on our team, but it's just something hit me, right? And then I knew for sure he was picked up anyways. I knew the Pronghorns had a new management, and I knew they were really interested in Lucas Wong. So if I didn't take Lucas, I know he was going to go to a good place for sure. Right.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. So let me ask you again. How do you think you beat us and the Lions and the Smash and whoever else is going to be a top team?
Well,
the
you
Owls?
guys have the 3 same players. We know most of your weaknesses and all that. Your players can get better, don't get me wrong. But like I said, we were a Peltier put away from being a singles dream breaker. He gets that, and things could have gone sideways. And then, like I said, I wasn't ready for Montreal. Stevie just grew a foot, and that changed everything. I was like, we were supposed to just pick on Stevie. Like the first time we played Montreal, we just kept picking on Stevie, and we were taking him
there
down.
was, and I mean this respectfully.
Yeah.
There is no weakness in that Lions team. Louis Charles is 10 out of 10. Ernesto's 10 out of 10, and Soph was 11 out of 10. So the only 9 out of 10 was Stevie.
Yes.
So it's the only option you had.
Yes.
You had to pick on Stevie in women's. You had to pick on Stevie in mixed too. And then you go to the tiebreaker and you hopefully take them down. That's the only strategy.
Exactly. And then I thought, so when we played in Montreal
then
in the
Stevie
playoffs,
grew and became a 10 out of 10 too.
our goal was to go 2-0, like the first 2 games, win the women's and win the men's. And then I knew we were going to win the men's. We always had a strategy for Louis and Ernesto. Women's, I thought we did, and then Stevie just came out of nowhere. Yep. She was not in our scouting report, so that one I got to take a part on. But next year, we're gonna be much better. I promise you that.
Okay.
Right? And we have an idea who we want to pick, right? But I'm leaving options open. And
I mean, you can't tell us because you don't pick till 7 now.
Yeah.
You pick what, 7 and 10?
7, something like that. So I got 2 picks there. So keeping my options open, and yeah, I'm excited.
All right. Who are some players that really impressed you this past season, and who are some players you're excited to watch next season?
One of the most impressive players was definitely Anne-Sophie. Because
can't take away from
when
her.
when she first got drafted in the CNPL last year, after the CNPL draft, I played her in a tournament. I told Snay, there's no way we're losing to her. Right? We played them. We beat them up pretty good, right? And then to see her game just grow to another level and like possibly the top female in Canada, I was like, wow,
100%.
It's insane, right? And then Antoinetta as well. I was actually high on Antoinetta, and ultimately I didn't pick her. I went with Isabel. Antoinette, I can't believe how much better she got as well, because like last year she was a bench warmer on the Montreal, right?
Yeah.
And now she's one of the star players in the league.
And Soph is a stud. There's no taking away from her. She hits the ball hard and consistent.
Oh man.
She picks her corners like, I'm obviously biased and I love Jada, and Jada's re-signed with us and I love her, but Anne Soph just fucking hits the ball so smooth and clean, right? Like
it's crazy.
And it's consistent. So aside from Jada, I think Anne Soph is right there.
Yeah, so I have Jada, the Anne-Sophie, Antoinetta, Danielle Boss. That's some of the top females in the league for sure.
I'd agree with that. On the let's say on the new coming side, who are some? We'll do women. Now we're on women, then we'll go to men after. Who are some women you're excited to see in the league next year?
Definitely excited to see the Louise Kwong. Excited to see Marie Koklowski finally make her debut in the league.
Yeah,
I think she's an absolute destroyer. And we have a girl coming from New Jersey, I think, to our combine, Ariana Rodriguez. She's going to be one of the top females in the
Friends
league.
with Christina Chin. Also, shout out to Christina. Christina, we love you.
Exactly, yeah. And she's on Montreal, so that team's going to be just as good as they were this past season.
100%.
So.
I'm also really excited to see a lot of the women who were a little bit newcomers to the league last year that, you know, in an off-season way where they're drilling consistently, playing with really solid, like an Ava Calise, like she's someone that, you know, she wasn't even full-time pickleball. She was still doing tennis last year, I think.
Right.
You know, now she's got another year. She's only 21 as well.
Right.
I think she's 20 or 21. So she's got another year playing, and she's going to get a little bit better. People like that. Audrey, same thing. Love Audrey. Loves watching her play.
And look at Tiffany Au, right?
Tiffany?
Like, I didn't think she'd be picked. She didn't make the draft. She didn't get drafted this year, but she got picked up by the Brewers, and she won her first ever game with Mark Clemenson, right?
Yep.
So, man, it's crazy.
Look, Tiff, if you're listening, I told him to smarten up because if he doesn't draft you, there's a chance we do. So if this fucking guy doesn't step up, you might fucking end up on United. You never know, Tiff. I told you. Look, my 5 and 6 picks my 5th and my 6th players are players that I genuinely love their attitude, I love their energy, and I love what they can bring to, that are also ready to play at any notice.
100%.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Let's get on the men's side now. Who are some of the men you're most excited to watch next year? And then we'll get into the newcomers.
So I'm very excited for Joel Peltier because he's hungry, eh? Because after his first season making the finals, he loves this league. He breathes this league. He said he puts his life on the line.
He's the only player in this league to have a top 3 finish every year.
Yes.
Year 1 he finished in 2nd. Year 2 he finished in 3rd. Year 3 he finished in 3rd.
Yeah. So he's hungry for a championship because we both know that if that girl doesn't go down on the Wolverine, they probably be holding the trophy, right?
Hot take number 5.
You tell me. Oh, it's Zuko.
Hot take
That's
number
it.
6.
If Zuko doesn't go down, they're probably holding the trophy. You tell me though. So there's a bit of asterisk.
You know, we were up 2-0. We were that game that we beat Azuko. It was mixed. It was women's. We were up in that women's match, so we would have been up 2-0.
She got injured there. She would have made a comeback, and so.
Hot take number 6 here.
They were the most dominant team all season that year.
No, they weren't. They were the Rush.
The Rush.
The Rocky Mountain Rush finished first overall, and they got upset by the
Forsyth
Northern.
Right?
They got upset by Corey and Rob.
Oh yeah, they did.
Right. But yeah, no, I'm not taking away from the Vancouver. They were the West Coast Wolverines, whatever they're called. They were a solid team, very, very solid team. I just also we were fucking lights out the second like that event. I don't even think we had a dream breaker in all of the playoffs.
Yeah.
We steamrolled everybody.
You're right.
So
like you said,
either way, that's
Wolverines.
long.
She does that. Zuko girl doesn't go down.
Yeah, okay.
We have a different conversation.
Who else you really excited? And you know what? One thing I really liked about Joel this year, and we had a good conversation at one of the events. I asked him. I said, Joel, like, you know, what are you doing to prepare differently? I think this was in Oakville because I saw him doing breathing techniques. He's like, he does. I've really stepped up my like being connected to the body, taking deep breaths, and learning a different side of my body because he also lost a lot of weight too.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, some of the shit he does before the pregame, I look at it, I'm just like, you know what? Just do you.
You do.
We'll go.
Yeah, very different. But okay, so obviously Joel.
So obviously I'm being biased because these guys. I'm actually really excited to watch Lucas Wong play again, right?
Yeah.
Especially when he plays us, because I know he's be really hungry to beat us for sure, right? Newcomers, right? Like the international players coming in. I'm really excited for that. But who am I really excited to see from the male side? Honestly, I'm not too sure.
I think the male side is the difference between the top and the bottom is going to be very tight this year.
Right.
On the men's side specifically, because I just think any of the men that weren't in the top last year knew they had some work to do, so they're grinding. The ones at the top, you already know are grinding.
I'm excited to know where Mark Clemenson ends up.
Yeah. Mark Clemenson is going to end up on the Pronghorns, right? We know that. He's going to pick whatever the second Pronghorns overall pick is. They better draft him.
I don't know, man.
So if they don't, I'm gonna. And
unless Shaq's lying to me. Shaq might have other plans. I don't know, man.
I think this is why you get such bad information because people don't trust you. You told me Ann Soph was going to the Pronghorns.
You almost believe. I
only believed it because you were so convinced. I was the one that told you she was going to. First off, you told me
Antoinette, if you're listening to this, the fact that Ann Sophie's not on your team, you guys had. Oh man, you guys gave up. Oh, you guys.
So
that's
Chao
crazy.
calls me. So I heard you won the Ann Soph sweepstakes. This is when the re-signing period was over. Free agency hadn't even started. And I'm like, what are you talking? He's like, bro, we know she's going to your team. We all know it.
I said that?
You told me. You called me. You called me to tell me that.
No, I said that to the Pronghorns.
No. First, you told me she
I
was going to
did.
me.
Yeah, I thought she
And I
was
said,
going
Chow, I haven't even done anything. Oh, but we know Jada's not coming back. I'm like, Chow, how do you know Jada's not coming back? Oh, she's not coming back. I'm like, are you sure? Because we were already in chats with Jada.
Is it even for sure she's coming back? Like, she's coming back, but, like, what if she does the pull the Hannah Black situation? Did Hannah Black come back?
Nope.
There you go. It's the same shit.
No, it's a little different. It's a
Not
little
really,
different. We've had a good conversation about this. Jada's coming back. We love you, Jada.
Yeah.
Jada, please shut this guy up when we play him, too. Just, Chow, we got to shut this man up.
Oh, what's her dad's name again?
Tan.
Oh, Tan?
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to you. You motivate me. I love it.
Hot take number 7. So before Jada resigned, Chow told me that Ann Soph was coming. I'm like, Chow, I haven't even talked to her yet. You're like, bro, we all know she's coming. I'm like, that's why I wrote in our group chat. I'm like, yo, if anybody's fucking tampering, hope you know it's fucking bullshit. Because if Chow thinks I'm doing it, that means other people think I'm doing it. And if other people think I'm doing it, they're going to go and do it. And it didn't happen. Anyways, and then Chow called me a week later telling me that Ann Soph is going to the Pronghorns, which I knew she wanted to go to a team with a good ownership group, which I had a feeling would have been us or the Owls. And I don't think the Owls made a big push.
Right, no.
So, sorry, not us or the Owls, the Smash or the Owls.
Right.
So I knew, or I had a strong feeling the whole time she was going to Smash. Cause
I had a feeling she might go to Smash too. I just thought, like, the Antoinetta would be.
Yeah, but you didn't tell me that. You said she's going there. You didn't say I think. You're like, oh,
that.
she's going there. Bro. It's a done deal. It's a done deal. Her and Antoinetta are best friends. Anyways.
Yeah.
So that's why I think people give you bad information sometimes.
Yeah. See, I'm telling you, Shaq screwed up on that one. The Pronghorn screwed up on that one. Because you can't talk.
Shaq, you hear this?
You can't talk to the players. Us owners can't talk to the players, but the players can talk to the players. So I would have told Antoinetta, get her at all cost. That's what it would have happened.
Yeah, but that's still,
110%.
it's, I don't know, a little. I didn't tell my players to do anything. I was like, guys, let's stay put when free agency happens.
Well, you already had 3, so you weren't going to get anyone anyways.
Yeah, but at that point, we didn't know if Jada was coming back for sure. It was still in the air, right?
That's true.
Anyways, I do think the league is going to be a lot better this year. I think, Chow,
Crazy.
I think if you
C4,
don't pull
C4.
any wild bullshit in this draft, I think you have a chance to do very well next year.
Don't you guys worry. We're coming back. We're going to be a top team, guaranteed. We all know who the 2 bottom teams are. You guys are listening. You guys know who the 2 bottom teams are.
I'm not going to call
They're color blue.
Chow just throwing daggers out. I hope you guys listen to this and those guys fucking on one, man. Just on one.
Oh, my God.
Chow, who do you think is going to be the best team in the league next year? You can't say your own team. I don't want to
Except
hear
for the Northern Lights.
The
best
Chaos.
team besides us is probably going to be the London Smash.
London Smash. I agree.
Yeah.
I think they are, no matter which top international.
Even though
male
Ed
they
doesn't know much about pickleball, shout out to Ed.
Hot take number 8. Guy who runs one of the top facilities in the country, has some of the best programming in the country, and was runner-up GM of the year. And we've got Chow saying he doesn't know shit. Hot take number 8.
They're going to be good, though. They're going to be good.
They're going to be fantastic. And Ed does know about pickleball. That's why they're going to be fantastic, because he went out and he won the Ann Soph sweepstakes. I love calling it that, the Ann Soph sweepstakes.
Yeah, I would say Torsen won, but sure, we'll go with that.
Hey, it doesn't matter. I think that a big reason why she went there is probably Torsen and Jess. Because, again, in this whole thing, we've missed the whole Kawamoto conversation. But the Kawamoto family and those 2 individual players, Matt and Jess are both OG pickleball players.
100%.
They are some of the nicest people in the sport. And the family as a whole, it's remarkable to have that family in pickleball. Knowing that no matter what time we play, who we play, knowing that we've got 20 fans in the stands every match cheering us on. Linda, big shout out to you. You are probably one of the greatest people in this sport in this country. Her energy that she brings out, the constant cheering, like fuck, she's got to be gassed after those events.
100%. Fun fact, I've been playing against the Kawamoto since 2015 tournaments.
You've been losing to the Kawamoto
Yeah,
since
let's go with that.
2015.
The first Kawamoto I ever played was actually Linda Kawamoto. And I lost her in mixed doubles.
Of course she did.
Yeah.
Linda's fucking sick. Man, even Tom? Tom, like when you see, so everyone, Tom is Matt Kawamoto's mother. Matt Kawamoto is my franchise player. He's been signed with us for 3 years, coming on to year 4. He was the hands down league MVP in year 1. Just one of the greatest individuals in the league, off the court, an amazing player on the court. And if you would have asked me who I was most excited to see this year, I would have obviously biasedly said Matt and Max, specifically because Matt is one of the players that told me that he felt that his leadership off the court was great. His coaching was great. But he felt that his play on the court this past season wasn't where it needed to be, which is a very hard thing to admit as a player. So he's grinding and working his fucking ass off this
100%.
offseason because he wants to step it up.
He's been dominating pickleball for
many years. This is the first year he didn't dominate,
no.
right? This is the first year where it was like, holy fuck, Matt, like, heads up, buddy. Like, punches are coming, right? Like,
100%.
the boys are swinging at you because they know you're at the top, right? Last year was a little bit different. We didn't have the team as a whole. This year we had the team, and he took a couple of metaphorical punches. And then someone like Max Wild, who had only been in the sport for a year, well, now he's got a year and a half under his belt, and he is, in my opinion, one of the most electrifying men in our league. So those two I would say are fucking great. But Linda, Tom, Matt, Eileen is the third sister.
Who?
What's the third count? Steph. Like that whole family is just salt of the earth, 10 out of 10 great people. So another player that I'm really excited to see is Torsen this year.
Torsen?
Yeah. Torsen, league MVP last year. He's having a baby.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so congratulations to Torsen.
Nice,
They're going to be having a baby in a couple months. Becoming a father is a very difficult thing to do.
Look at Joel Peltier.
Doesn't Joel have 2?
I don't know. I swear he has like 6.
Yeah, I think he's got 2 or 3. God. But becoming a father and being a new father right before the start of the season is going to be tough.
100%.
His sleep's not going to be what it is. I'm excited because I know he's an athlete, and Torsen's a fucking dog. I'm excited to see how he combats fatherhood while also being a professional athlete, because he's not someone who takes being a professional athlete lightly. Right. He trains his body, trains his mind. He diets, he works his ass off. He does everything that he's supposed to do as a professional athlete. Okay, well, now it's a little different. You're going to have a little baby. Your sleep isn't going to be perfect. You're not going to be eating at certain times and being all fucking clockwork athlete. Like, it's going to take a toll on your body. So I'm excited to see him. And I believe he'll still be one of the top players in the league next year.
Yep.
But it'll be interesting to see how he combats fatherhood and professional pickleball.
No, 100%. Like I said, it's going to take a lot, but there's someone that can do it. He can, right? So.
I agree with you. Chow, we are nearing the end of this. We're probably at an hour, Gio.
Really?
Buddy, time flies when you're having fun, big guy. Time flies when you're having fun. That's how these conversations go. I'll end it off on this. If you could give a piece of advice to your younger self, or not even your younger self, but to Chow that was, 2020, bagging groceries at Loblaws during COVID, what would you say?
Just keep working hard at it, and yeah, honestly, I'm not too sure, to be honest with you.
That's okay. Keep working hard is a fucking great
answer.
answer.
Keep working hard.
Put your fucking head down and work your ass off, and good things will happen.
Never in a million years I thought I'd be owning a professional pickleball team. The APA circuit.
Owning the third best team in the league. Sorry, not just owning a team. You own the currently third best team in
and
professional
owning a
pickleball.
pickleball facility. Shout out to Grandview Pickleball Club in Newmarket. So
we didn't even really get to that, but we got lots of time. We can do that another time.
Right.
But yeah, that's exciting. Actually, one more random. I'm just curious for this myself. If there was a movie about your life, who would play you? Could be anybody dead or alive.
Oh man. Gotta find, I guess, what's that Chinese guy's name? Simon Liu? Yeah, maybe him.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
I'm just
Simon
as good looking
Liu.
as him, right?
Yeah.
So
Hot take number 9. Chow, just give us another hot take so we got 10 on the episode.
Hot take? Man, honestly, I think we definitely got the best team in the league coming up in 2020. I honestly thought our 2025 Northern Lights team was the best team in the league. And like I said, a few tweaks here and there that I could have done differently, we'd be holding the trophy and not the Montreal
I'm glad
Lions.
you said that was your last hot take, because I agree that is a hot take. I think you had a great team.
Right.
To say you have one of the best teams going into next year when you only have 2 out of 6 players signed is kind of.
Well, I got two of the top players in the league, so that helps already.
I do believe you got 2 really strong players. Look, we stroked off Joel for 20 minutes on this episode, so I love him. We gave Danielle her flowers too, and I think that was great. But I think a lot of other teams have really strong players re-signed as well. Obviously, your United does as well.
We're building a culture here at Northern Lights. You'll see what's going to happen, right?
Okay.
Culture is huge.
Before we end, 3 words to describe what your culture is at the Northern Lights. 3 words.
Dog, gritting, and grind.
Dog, gritting, and grinding.
100%.
Fuck Chow, that was great.
Our team's about we want dogs on our team, right? Like you said, when it comes down to business, I want dogs. I'm like, yo, forget about all the other players in the league. It's us and you guys. Let's go fucking do it, right? That's what I want, right? Forget about being nice to them, right? Sure, they're friends off the court, but when it comes to game time, right? Screw everyone else. It's us against them. That's what I want, right?
Fuck, I got one more.
That's why I fucking love Joel Peltier.
I love Joel Peltier
Yeah.
too. He knows that. If you could describe what a dog is, how would you describe it?
A dog would be me, right? Because I come from a high basketball background.
Hot take number 11. No, I'm
right?
kidding,
So
I'm kidding.
before the game starts during a warm up, I wouldn't even talk to the other team. I just stare them down like, you guys are going down, right? And when tip ball comes, boom, let's go, right? So, yeah.
I describe it a little bit differently, but yeah.
No, when it comes game time, I'm a dog.
I get
but,
what you're saying. Yeah, no.
When it
Dogs
doesn't
are
come
those
to
people that
basketball,
just fucking want to go to war.
right?
That just want to grind it out and do whatever it takes to get the job done. They don't care how long it's going to take. They're going to sit there minute after minute, hour after hour, day after day until the job is done, because that's what dogs do. Dogs don't give up. If a dog's got to eat, it doesn't matter. It will fucking eat.
100%, man. Like I said, I'm probably not going to be making any more trades until the season starts, kind of thing. But I know exactly what I'm doing.
Chow's going to try and move up to 3 again. No, I'm kidding. Chow, thanks for joining us. This was honestly genuinely a lot. Fuck, we didn't even talk about the United Open.
Exactly.
Fuck, quickly. We got 5 more minutes. The United Open is Toronto United's first ever tournament, powered by the APA in conjunction with the APA. So it's going to be a 250 to 300 person tournament hosted at Pickler's Hub. I give Chow credit where credit is due. He runs the tightest ship. When we decided we wanted to do a tournament, we actually called Chow and I was like, Chow, like, if I'm going to run a tournament, I want you to run it for us. So we decided on that. I'm very grateful that you are going to be running this tournament for us because, like I said, I give flowers where flowers are due. You run the tightest ship in Canadian pickleball when it comes to running events and tournaments. So I'm very thankful that we're doing this together. What are you looking most forward to for this tournament?
Honestly, just the talent level, right? Not even just from the pros. Like seeing a 3-0 to 3-5 to 4-0 in the 4-5 division, how much better they are. Because every division I play and watch, there's always someone complaining, why is this person in that division? I'm just like, because there's always that better player in that division, in that tournament, right? So I'm so excited to be hosting the United Open at Pickler's Hub. Shout out to my Filipinos. Love y'all.
Shout out to the Filipinos. Shout out to Gio, also Filipino. That's Gio's home court, bro.
Yeah.
Plays there all the time.
He takes L's there.
Yeah.
L's.
Yeah, we do take L's there, man. Fuck. Actually, I got a bronze at one of Chow's tournaments. One of Chow's tournaments you hosted at Pickler's Hub, I think.
No, I never hosted one. This is my first one.
Right,
At Pickler's
even
Hub.
better,
I had to do it eventually. I told May Fajardo I will run one at Pickler's Hub.
And we got the job done.
Take some time. Yeah.
Chow, appreciate you coming on, buddy. Always a pleasure sitting down with you. If people want to find out more about you, what you're doing, your events, your venues, your team, where can they go? How can they find you?
You want to follow me on my journey of myself, follow me on Instagram at mchow95. And you want to follow our pickleball, follow the Northern Lights pickleball page and APA Circuit on Instagram as well. And we also have a website, apacircuit.ca. And if you guys are ever interested in playing some good pickleball around the York region area, come to Grandview Pickleball Club in Newmarket. We're a great club. And we'd love to have you guys there. And we're gonna be hosting a big tournament there as well. So shout out to Newmarket.
That was a nice way to wrap it up, and you did a great job on that. But yeah, guys, give Chow a follow this team. Don't support the team more than you support Toronto United. But if you want a secondary team, you can obviously.
We the North, baby.
Yeah,
trust me. Watch 2026. Watch what happens in 2026.
He also told me this in 2025 too, so just a heads up.
Yeah.
But no, guys, if you made it to this, we appreciate you. Thank you for listening. We miss you, Danielle. Danielle obviously took the week off because she's during an exam.
I thought I was meeting her.
So Danielle usually is on the podcast, but she's got a stressful time of the year right now because she's obviously working. It's the end of the year for work, but she's also in exam season for her CPA. She's going to be an accountant. So, Danny, we miss you. We love you as always. But yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, you'll meet Chow the next. Actually, no, you've met her already. She's been to some of our events.
Oh yeah,
pickleball in the mall and stuff. So, yeah, guys, if you made it to the end, we appreciate you. We love you guys. Thank you. Give Chow a follow. Give myself a follow. Share this with a friend. Like, subscribe, and we will see you guys next week.